Hello guys, Archie Luxury channel. Remember, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my fabulous YouTube channel. And today, guys, I want to talk to you about the Rolex Cellini Prince. Now, this watch here is a watch that Rolex released in the, I think it was the early to mid noughties. So it's about 13, 14 years ago. And I gotta tell you, it was always the Prince, the Rolex Prince. See, what happened was Rolex released this watch originally in the 1920s, around that period there. And it was often called the doctor's watch because it had that sub-second, which doctors could use to time a pulse and things like that there. Also, it's called a doctor's watch because it was damn expensive. You needed an income to buy this sort of watch. They had a number of these Rolex Princes. They had some with a Gruen movement, the Gruen leaf movement. They had few different variations. Fast forward and watch collecting in the 1990s. These were incredibly valuable. Rolex Princes, bubble backs, they were the sort of the watches that people wanted. This is before the sports craze for Submariners and GMTs hit off. So Rolex themselves, they decided in the new millennium to re-release a Rolex Prince. And this is the model we have here. This is a fabulous example. This is a Rolex Cellini Prince. Now, this model here is in white gold. It features also a very rare Rolex diamond dial, a Paved Rolex dial. This was a very expensive option in its day. And this is a white gold piece, manual wind Rolex movement. And I gotta tell you, it's a pretty spectacular piece. Now, I remember when these came out in the noughties, these were highly desirable. There was a wait list for them, and they were really, really cool watches. I remember I was thinking, wow, they've re-released the Prince. Wouldn't that be such a cool watch to have? Unfortunately, time hasn't been too kind to this model. They were very popular and expensive. But in modern times, they died off, and Rolex actually ended this line. They're no longer making the Cellini Prince. But on the used market, these are exceptionally good buying. And I got to tell you, a white gold dress watch, manual wind dress watch from Rolex, you could do a hell of a lot worse. And this piece here came from European Watch Co. in Melbourne. And it's very rare to have this type of dial. But I think it's, the Rolex Prince. What do I think of it? Well, I actually owned a vintage Prince many, many, many years ago. Very, very valuable type watch. I sold it to, believe it or not, European Watch Co. And I got to tell you, it's when they reissued it, I thought, wow, that's going to be a very popular line. Unfortunately, it didn't last that long, and I think it's a bit sad because it really, I think it was an attractive watch, manual wind Rolex in a precious metal, not a bad combo. It's a bit sad it didn't really last out there, but I think these are very nicely made, and I think they're cool. I think they're a really cool watch. And if you are buying on the second-hand market, these are, I think, absolutely very much bargain buys. They are a bargain buy. A Rolex Cellini Prince, and in the precious metal with the white gold clasp and display back, really quite a well finished watch. It's very, very. I tell you what, these very, very cute. I think it's a cute Do I prefer my reverso to this? Probably prefer my reverso, but when you consider this is probably the same money in a precious metal than a steel reverso, they're not bad buying on the used market. And how much can you really lose on it? I think the Rolex Prince, when they reissued it, the reissued Rolex Prince is a great watch. So I just wanted to show you this here. This is a modern classic. What do you guys think of the Rolex Cellini Prince? I'm Archie Luxury. Comments below. Tell me what you guys think of that.